How to fix FIFA 22. This game may have been downloaded to your device by another user who owns it. Error when using Project Lightning bypass. Welcome back to Teknobalta, your definitive source for in-depth technical solutions. Today, we're dissecting a persistent and frustrating error faced by FIFA 22 enthusiasts, particularly those utilizing the Project Lightning bypass. This game may have been downloaded to your device by another user who owns it. This specific message typically signals a conflict in digital rights management, where the game's authentication system perceives a discrepancy in ownership or licensing, often exacerbated by third-party bypass tools attempting to circumvent standard validation procedures. Our deep dive guide will meticulously unpack the root causes and provide a comprehensive, step-by-step methodology to overcome this impediment, ensuring your FIFA 22 experience remains uninterrupted. We'll explore everything from Project Lightning's configuration to underlying system conflicts, equipping you with the expertise to resolve this challenge effectively. Verify Project Lightning installation integrity. Ensure the Project Lightning tool itself is downloaded from a reputable source and its files are not corrupted, potentially leading to incomplete bypass operations. A clean reinstallation can often resolve underlying issues with the bypass utilities, internal components, or dependencies. Update Project Lightning to latest version. Outdated versions of Project Lightning may lack compatibility with recent FIFA 22 game updates or changes in Steam/EA app DRM protocols, causing the bypass to fail. Always check the official Project Lightning developer channels for the most current release to ensure optimal functionality and exploit resolution. Run Project Lightning as administrator. Granting administrative privileges to Project Lightning ensures it has the necessary permissions to modify game directories, create symbolic links, or inject bypass DLLs into the game's process. Without elevated access, critical bypass operations might be blocked by Windows user account control, leading to an incomplete or ineffective workaround. Confirm correct FIFA 22 selection in bypass menu. Within Project Lightning, meticulously verify that FIFA 22 is the precisely selected game for the bypass operation, avoiding accidental selection of other titles or generic bypass options. An incorrect game profile selection will undoubtedly result in the bypass failing to target the appropriate executable and associated DRM checks. Monitor bypass, file download and placement. After initiating the bypass for FIFA 22, Project Lightning typically downloads or generates specific bypass files. Ensure these files successfully complete their download and are placed into the designated game directory. Incomplete file transfers or misplacement are common causes for the ownership error, as the game cannot find the necessary bypass components to circumvent authentication. Launch game from generated bypass file/shortcut. Crucially, after the bypass process is complete, you must launch FIFA 22 specifically through the executable or shortcut generated or modified by Project Lightning, not directly from Steam or the standard desktop icon. This ensures that the game initiates with the bypass active, allowing it to circumvent the original ownership verification system. Temporarily disable Antivirus/Firewall. Aggressive antivirus software or Windows Firewall might mistakenly flag Project Lightning's bypass files as malicious, quarantining or blocking them during the operation or game launch. Temporarily disabling these security measures during the bypass and initial game launch can help diagnose if they are interfering with the process, but remember to re-enable them afterwards for system security. Verify Steam account linkage, if applicable. Even with a bypass, ensure your Steam account is correctly linked to your EA account if FIFA 22 was acquired through Steam, as some background DRM checks might still rely on this association. Discrepancies or broken links can sometimes trigger ownership errors even when attempting to bypass, indicating a fundamental account-level issue. Clear Steam download cache. Corrupted or outdated Steam download cache files can sometimes interfere with game file integrity checks, potentially confusing the game's ownership verification system. Clearing the Steam download cache can resolve underlying data inconsistencies that might indirectly contribute to the another user owns it error. Run Steam in offline mode, post-bypass launch. Once Project Lightning has successfully applied the bypass, attempting to launch FIFA 22 with Steam in offline mode can sometimes prevent the game from attempting re-verification online. This strategy isolates the game from direct Steam DRM checks, relying instead on the applied bypass. Check game file integrity via Steam pre-bypass. Before applying Project Lightning, verify the integrity of FIFA 22 game files through Steam's built-in utility to ensure no critical game assets are corrupted or missing. An intact game installation is a prerequisite for any bypass tool to function correctly, as it expects a standard game structure to modify. Review Project Lightning log files for errors. Many advanced bypass tools generate log files detailing their operations and any encountered errors. Examining Project Lightning's logs can provide specific diagnostic information regarding why the bypass might be failing, guiding you towards a more targeted solution. Adjust user account control (UAC) settings. If running as administrator doesn't suffice, temporarily lowering your Windows user account control settings to its lowest level might provide Project Lightning with even greater system access. Remember to restore UAC to its recommended setting after confirming the bypass functionality to maintain system security. Perform a clean boot in Windows. A clean boot starts Windows with a minimal set of drivers and startup programs, helping to eliminate software conflicts that might be interfering with Project Lightning or FIFA 22. This diagnostic step is crucial for identifying if background applications are causing the bypass failure. Reinstall FIFA 22 last resort. As a comprehensive last resort, uninstalling and then performing a clean reinstallation of FIFA 22 through Steam, followed by a reapplication of Project Lightning, can resolve deeply embedded file corruption or permission issues. This ensures you start with a fresh game state for the bypass. Check for Windows System file corruption. Utilize Windows System File Checker, SFC/Scanno, to identify and repair any corrupted system files that might be hindering Project Lightning's operations or game execution. An unstable operating system environment can indirectly cause various application errors, including those related to game ownership. Ensure sufficient disk space. While seemingly basic, insufficient disk space can lead to incomplete file downloads, corrupted bypass installations, or prevent the game from launching correctly. Verify that your drive has ample free space for both the game and any bypass-related temporary files. Consult Project Lightning community/support. If all else fails, actively engage with the Project Lightning community forums or official support channels, providing detailed logs and error messages. Other users or the developers themselves may have encountered and resolved similar niche issues, offering specific guidance. We hope this comprehensive Teknobalta guide has empowered you to conquer this game may have been downloaded to your device by another user who owns it error in FIFA 22 with Project Lightning. Navigating the complexities of game bypasses and DRM systems requires precision, and by systematically applying these solutions, you can regain seamless access to your game. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more expert technical breakdowns and cutting-edge solutions for all your digital challenges.